Hi there, hi everyone. It's Abby, I'm back again with Valentine's video number 2. So I don't know if you saw my other video earlier today, but I am doing 4 Valentine's videos today because it is Valentine's Day. I've got my red jumper on to celebrate and to get all snuggly and warm. I am coming on here to do some videos, basically to tell you a little bit more about my books that I wrote, the Life is Yours trilogy, and also explore the different types of love that they celebrate, because what better day to celebrate love on than Valentine's Day, and not just one type of love, lots of different types of love, because that's what makes the world go round. So I said in my last video that I'd kind of focused on 4 different types of love that the Life is Yours trilogy explores, and let me think what they were. The first one was unrequited love. We did that in the last video. I did a reading from my first book, Life is Yours, and it was a little bit sad and difficult, and poor Jess, the main character, had just split up from her fiance and was feeling quite hopeless. So that explored unrequited love. Also, we're going to look at the love in a friendship. We're going to look at a soulmate love, so a really powerful, deep love. And also, the fourth and final, most important one, we're going to look at self-love. So, this video is all about the love of a friendship. The Life is Yours trilogy is about heartbreak. It's how Jess unwittingly transforms a year that she thought was going to be god-awful because she got dumped at the start of the year and becomes actually quite a magical year. So you'd think it would be all about just relationships, but it's not, because as we know, in our lives, there are so many things that input into what makes us happy and makes us sure of who we are. So Jess has to strip back and explore everything, not just who she wants to be with or whether she wants to be with anyone, but also who are her friends, who's in her friendship circle, who makes her feel good about herself, who supports her, and who does she support. So there's a lot to do with friendship in these 3 books. By the way, the second one's Destiny is Yours, and the third one is Everything is Yours, just in case you didn't catch the first video. So I'm going to read a little extract again from the first book, even though friendship goes all the way through all of them. There's a nice bit in Life is Yours that I want to share with you about friendship, and it's when Jess is kind of in the depths of her despair, feeling awful, feeling very, very fragile. When somebody leaves you and you didn't expect it, it's such a shock to the nervous system, and I think sometimes it can leave you feeling a bit fragile. So if you're feeling like that at the moment, this might help. This is just a little reading from a chapter where Jess's friends step in and do their best to support her. So it's called, what's the chapter called for this one? It's called A Sparkle. So that gives a little bit of hope, doesn't it? So what happens is Jess's friends, Ella and Jilly, sometimes a bit of a tongue twister, I don't know why I chose those names. So she's got 2 best friends, Ella and Jilly, and they decide to take her to a rock concert. Now, when she first finds out about this, she's like, oh my God, that is the worst thing I could possibly be asked to do, because she's just a nervous wreck and a rock concert seems unimaginable. But she has faith in her friends' wisdom and decides to go along. So this is just a little excerpt from that point of the book where she goes along to this rock concert and what happens directly afterwards. And it's quite pertinent to today, Valentine's Day, so you'll see why when we get towards the end. So I hope you enjoy this little extract. Here we go. So I pulled on my skinny jeans and a slashback t-shirt with a metal dog collar. I ruffled my hair, smudged my eye makeup, and set off with Jilly and Ella in the taxi. I have to admit that on the way there, I felt like I was riding to my death or something. All those people, all that noise. Could my battered nervous system really take it? But when we got out of the taxi, Jilly and Ella each linked their arms with me and marched me into the dingy concert hall like I was the rock star. And to be honest, we had an amazing time. We glugged lager as if it was going out of fashion and moshed with the best of the hardcore rockers. I remember feeling an unexpected sense of release that night. A release of inhibition, a release of worry, a release of expectation. Okay, so maybe it only lasted as long as a few rock songs, but it was definitely there and it was definitely welcome. At the end of the night, the 3 of us tumbled out of the taxi and into my house. Dinah greeted us, that's the dog, enthusiastically, and we took her for a drunken walk. As we giggled our way around the fields near my housing estate, I thought, this is it. This is what it's all about. Walking with your mates in the moonlight after a night out. It was so totally messy, yet so totally precious. The 3 of us managed to squeeze into my bed and whispered like kids until we finally fell asleep. In the morning, we woke up in a haze of cups of tea and knotted hair, ruffled bed sheets and twisted pyjamas. We recalled moments from the night before in fits of laughter and confusion, and it wasn't until we'd been lying there for half an hour that I realised what day it was today. Valentine's Day. Oh God. Before I could even begin to feel sorry for myself, Ella shoved something into my hand. "This arrived for you." She flashed a cheeky smile and sat back to watch me. It was a homemade card with a photo of me and Dinah glued to the front, decorated with sequin hearts and pink glitter. I looked at Ella and hugged her with my eyes. "Happy Valentine's Day," she said. So what if it was Valentine's Day? I was going to have a brilliant day by myself. So I rescued an old dress from the back of the wardrobe, one that Jack had always cringed at because it was so tight. I pulled it on. It was a little denim number with short ruche sleeves, a leather tie at the waist, and it was much looser now, but Jack wasn't going to bloody well see that, was he? I wore it over loose black trousers and shuffled on some sparkly pumps. Nice, even if I did say so myself. And off I went to face the world as a single person on Valentine's Day. So that's short and sweet, but it gives you an idea that sometimes friends just know how to step in. There's a lot more to all three books when it comes to friendship. It gets deeper, it gets stronger, it gets tricky in places. Friendships can be hard to navigate sometimes, especially when you go through massive ups and downs and your belief systems start to change and morph into something else. And you'll see if you read the books that the friendships aren't plain sailing, but the love that is there between Jilly and Ella and Jess and some new friends that she makes along the way is absolutely inarguably there, and they really love each other, and it comes through so much, and it's a theme that a lot of people pick up on when they read my books and get in touch. It's lovely to hear that. So I would ask you to spend a moment today on Valentine's Day just reflecting on the love that you have for your friends, because let's face it, relationships go in and out of our life. Friendships do too, but I think sometimes friendships can last longer. They can certainly kind of go through years and years of our life where they kind of cool off and then they pick up and then they cool off and they pick up, and that's okay because that's the nature of life, isn't it? There's change, there's transformation. But friends can be around for a long time, and it's important to nurture those connections and recognize them for what they are and what they bring to your life. So let's just all have a little moment to think about our friends today as well. Maybe send a text, maybe call someone, maybe meet up with someone, whatever you can do to feel good and to make them feel good. So that's my thoughts on friendship in the Life is Yours trilogy, and I'll be back with video number 3 very soon. Bye guys.